call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got them in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you, I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have.
Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio begins now.
It's time for Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio as the Midland Christian Mustangs meet the Fort Worth Christian Cardinals here for the second straight day. A 3-1 victory for Fort Worth Christian last night to open up district play. Greg Smeds did his job on the mound, and then McDonald comes out and throws the final inning to have Fort Worth Christian pick up a win, their fourth in a row. I'm Will Connerly, welcoming you in to the broadcast here from Keck Horton Field. So these two teams meeting for the second straight day. First pitch upcoming around 1:30. You're tuned in to the Cardinal Baseball Live pregame show. And today we'll get to see David Salas on the hill. But before we talk about him, let's look at some of the team statistics for the Cardinals so far on the season on the offensive side. They've been a machine so far, 115 runs, hitting above 300 as a team so far this year. And they're 15-3-1 overall, winning 4 in a row, winning the district opener yesterday. But they've scored over 115 runs, 124 hits, getting on base as a team about 44% of the time, 91 walks, and 76 stolen bases. So OPS of a team around 850. All of those numbers have been great. However, yesterday it was only a 3-run effort for the Fort Worth Christian offense, but they were able to pick up the victory, a 3-1 low-scoring final score we had last night. It was Grady Emerson who had a go-ahead RBI to give Fort Worth Christian the lead at 2-1. Then a Castleberry sac fly extended the lead, and the Cardinals come out on top to move to 15-3-1 and 1-0, more importantly, in district play. But let's turn our attention to the hill. It was Greg Smeds who stole the show last night with another good outing. He picked up a victory, going 5 2/3, 3 hits, just 1 run, and 5 strikeouts. And now we get an opportunity for David Salas to see what he can do today. And the sophomore, 15 2/3 this year. You look at that number, 2 hits, 5 runs, just 1 earned. He's picked up 2 wins and 19 strikeouts. So some fantastic numbers for David Salas, set to make his 5th start of the season, and has a 2-0 record to go along with it this year, and just 1 earned run in his 15 2/3 innings of work. Those 19 strikeouts definitely impressive, more than one an inning. He has walked a dozen batters and hit 7, but when he can be in the zone, he can be elite, and he will try to do that today as opponents are just hitting 0-41 off David Salas. He's only allowed 2 hits and just 1 earned run in 15 2/3 innings. So really excited to see what the sophomore can bring to the table this afternoon as Midland Christian and Fort Worth Christian play in this district matchup for the second straight day. Cardinals going for the sweep as they send David Salas to the hill. We'll step aside, and Logan Scott has some Cardinal connections for us when we come back here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of this spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
Hello, I'm Logan Scott, and welcome to Cardinal Connections. Today, I'm here with Hank Austin. Hank, to those who don't know you, please introduce yourself.
I'm Hank Austin. I am the catcher for Fort Worth Christian Cardinals.
Hank, do you have any superstitions before a game or when you take an at-bat or when you're about to catch?
Before every game, I have to eat Chick-fil-A every single time. And then I have to listen to Dreams and Nightmares by Meek Mill before every game as well.
That's a great song before every game. Sunflower seeds or bubble gum?
Definitely sunflower seeds.
What flavor?
There's the buffalo wing bigs. Those are my favorite. I'm a big fan of those. Big buffalo.
Everybody else is saying dill pickle.
That's basic.
Okay, we like to hear that. What was your favorite memory of baseball growing up, either as a player, as a fan? What is it?
As a fan, it's definitely when the Rangers won the World Series. That was one of the best days of my life for sure.
That's a lot of people's best day of their lives, man.
Absolutely.
And then, who's your favorite baseball player right now?
Let's think about that one. Probably Cal Raleigh. Catcher who hits. Also, I love to see that.
I saw him hit a homer in a Yankees game last year.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. He's really good.
Well, Hank, thanks for your time, man. This is Logan Scott. Keep listening to Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio, and keep listening for more Cardinal Connections. Hello, I'm Logan Scott, and welcome to Cardinal Connections. Today I'm here with Ben Rodriguez. Ben, to those who don't know you, please introduce yourself, man.
What's up? I'm Ben Rodriguez. I'm a senior right-handed pitcher. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any superstitions before you step on the mound?
Not really. Just my pre-throwing routine.
All right, man. Do you prefer sunflower seeds or bubble gum?
Sunflower seeds.
What flavor?
Probably dill pickle.
Everybody says dill. Well, Hank said a different one. He said buffalo. That's
Oh,
a good
nice.
one.
Yeah.
All right.
One I think that's super underrated is sour cream and onion. I feel like not a lot of people have tried it. You gotta try it
All right.
first.
What's your favorite post-game meal
Post-game meal?
after a big win?
Probably Cane's, Raising
Cane's.
Cane's. Yeah.
All right. And then, what's your favorite memory of baseball growing up, either as a player or as a fan?
As a fan, I went to Game 6 of the World Series in 2020 when the Dodgers won it. So that was pretty hype.
All right. Well, Ben, thanks for your time, man. I'm Logan Scott. Keep watching Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio, and stay tuned for more Cardinal connections.
You just heard from Hank Austin and Ben Rodriguez. Big thanks to Logan Scott for that. Our Cardinal Connection pregame interviews. It was Rodriguez who came in yesterday, got an out before giving it off to McDonald for the final 3 outs. And it was Smeds who started the game, as we mentioned. The Mustangs, they jumped out in front and they scored first. However, they were held off the scoreboard in innings 2 through 7, ultimately a 3-1 final for Fort Worth Christian, but a game that ended up seeing ultimately 6 hits in total, 3 from each team. So we'll see if the ball will fly a little bit more here this afternoon. David Salas, the starter for Fort Worth Christian. You see the wind out there with great shot by our camera, so it is pretty heavy here in North Richland Hills, Texas, with the wind. And that flag blowing in across the outfield. We'll see how that can affect some of the fly balls out in the outfield. Overall, though, a solid day for baseball, 76 degrees and sunny, despite some big winds coming through the area, gusting north of 20 miles per hour this afternoon. We mentioned the lineup. Well, we'll give it to you right now for Fort Worth Christian. Griffin Carney, he'll lead off and play second as always. He went 1 for 2 yesterday with a couple of runs scored, hitting .333 on the season, hits in 3 of his last 4 games. Then Grady Emerson, the shortstop, hit second, had a hit in just 1 at-bat yesterday, drawing 2 walks. He's hitting .458 on the year, leading the team with 20 runs driven in. And he has 9 extra base hits. Braylon James hits third. He also had a hit yesterday, went 1 for 3 with an RBI. His 16 RBIs, second best on the team. Hitting .314 on the year, also 5 doubles, second only to Grady Emerson on the team in that category. He'll play in center field, Braylon James. A good opportunity to get a lot of RBIs, hitting behind Griffin Carney and Grady Emerson. However, the first 3 in the order for Fort Worth Christian, those were the only 3 to have hits yesterday. Hitters 4 through 9 unable to get a hit. So there is a little bit of a change from Rusty Greer, just a slight tweak. He doesn't change it up much, but a little change in the order for Rusty Greer. So we go along Carney, Emerson, James, then Jackson Castleberry will be in the cleanup spot, hitting 4th, playing in right. He had a sac fly RBI yesterday along with a walk. He's hitting .300 on the season for the UTA commit. Jake Parkerson, a man who does have one of Fort Worth Christian's 3 home runs this season, went 0 for 3 yesterday, but hitting .429 on the year, one of the best marks on the team. Hits in 12 of his last 14 games. He's got 15 runs driven in, which is 3rd on the team. Blaine McDonald to follow. He went 0 for 2 yesterday, but he also came into the game to close out things as well. He plays 3rd base, a .244 hitter this year, but he was starting to get going, broke his 4-game hit streak last night. He's got 14 RBIs on the year. Hank Austin, who you just heard from a moment ago in our Cardinal Connection, he's in the order, hitting 7th, starting at catcher. He went 0 for 3 last night. Andrew Ridgel, he's at first base. That, when we get to a little bit of the change, it comes in the bottom of the lineup. So Andrew Ridgel hitting 8th, playing first instead of Antonio Andujar. Ridgel comes from left to go to first, and that opens up a spot now for Jacob Ward, the freshman, to go play in left field. Ward, 6 hits and 20 at-bats, a small sample size for him, but he has been effective. Did not play yesterday, and he hasn't had many starts this year. His last one, late February, he did have a start, but again, 6 hits, 20 at-bats, and we mentioned David Salas running through those numbers. I mean, we may have to look through those numbers again. They were so good right before he toasted the rubber coming up here in the top of the first inning, as teams still getting loose right now. It was projected about a 1:30 start as teams are still loosening up and getting going. We'll give you the lineup on the other side as well for Midland Christian. Before we come back and give you our keys to the game, we'll give you Midland Christian's lineup as well. They'll lead off with Jared Stockstill playing in center field, a 0 for 1 effort yesterday with a walk and a run score, the lone one for the Mustangs. Parker Bullard hits second, plays short. He rides a 7-game hit streak from what I could find in the box scores after going 1 for 2 yesterday. Cutter Smith hits third. The left fielder He had the lone multi-hit effort of any player on the field yesterday. The 3-hole for the Mustangs. He went 2 for 3. Coy Hayes hits 4th. The catcher 0 for 3 with an RBI yesterday. Ryland Stone, the designated hitter, he hits 5th, hitting 6th. Blaine House in right. Harrison Ewing hits 7th, plays 1st. Callaway Rodriguez in the 8th spot. And then Brody Mesker rounds out the order, hitting 9th. Max Martinez will be the starting pitcher for the Mustangs of Midland Christian. Martinez so far on the season, 20.2 innings logged this year, 19 hits in 20 2/3 with just 2 earned runs allowed. So his ERA is just .68. He's allowed a dozen runs, but only 2 of them have been earned. So we'll step aside, give you our keys to the game. When we come back, it's Cardinal Baseball pregame here on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of the spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
Back with you on Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Thanks so much for spending your afternoon with us. Tim Polster, our producer, technical director today. Again, I'm Will Connerly. Trey Bell was with you last night, and the entire crew really excited for this matchup. Fort Worth Christian, a ton of high hopes coming into this season with the big-time transfers they got. And, well, they have been very impressive to start the year at 15-3-1, but all of that preseason action was leading up to last night, the district opener, and they ultimately pick up a 3-1 victory, having their ace on the mound and Greg Smeds, and so they turn it over to the sophomore David Salas, who's finishing up his warm-ups in the outfield right now as the Mustangs dugout looks on as they try to gear up to go up against the sophomore on the hill. We gave you both teams' lineups again, just 3 hits from either team yesterday. The turning point of the game was the 5th inning when, after Fort Worth Christian fell behind 1-0 in the first inning, they battled back, chipped away, scored a run in the bottom of the 3rd, and then scored 2 in the bottom of the 5th to take what was a 3-1 lead, and that was the final score. The 2-1 lead came on a Grady Emerson RBI knock, and they tag another one home on a sacrifice fly from Jackson Castleberry for Fort Worth Christian. And I know the offensive numbers are what we led off the broadcast with, but this is a pitching staff that is starting to throw the ball better and better over the last couple of weeks as well. When you look at this staff that Rusty Greer has brought out there, in the last 3 games, they've allowed 2 total runs. So they've thrown the ball really well. You had the 8-0 victory against Lake Country Christian, then a 11-1 win against Thesa, and then a 3-1 win against Midland Christian. So over their last 3 games, they've allowed a grand total of just 2 runs, and that has been done by a variety of arms working at a high level and being effective for the Cardinals. Greg Smith has started 2 of those 3 games with a little bit of some off time coming in that time, but the Cardinals will try to continue to throw the baseball well. And toward the top of that list in terms of doing that definitely has been David Salas, who has only allowed, with a 2-0 record in 15 2/3 innings, just 2 hits and 1 earned run. So we're still waiting to see when this ball game will get underway. Umpires are what it looks like we're waiting for. Rumor has it, at least I heard, not here last night, but I heard the similar situation happened yesterday with the umpires maybe perhaps coming a little bit tardy with causing the game to start a little bit later. But it looks like teams are ready to go. Just we have not had the plate meeting yet, but you do see a little bit of a sign of that right now, as it does look like the umpire is making his way to, oh no, I think I spoke too soon, Tim. But I do look like we see the umpire, at least. See him now on the edge of the Cardinals dugout. So, again, you join us for a 1:30 start, and we are expected to start here in just a couple minutes. All we have to do is have the plate meeting and then get underway. Now, we'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure if they're going to have the full-fledged festivities of the anthem and lineups. I wouldn't think so, because quote unquote it's a doubleheader, but who knows? We don't. We certainly don't know. So we'll see if they end up doing that or not. But we're just continuing to wait, and so we'll see what they can do. So we can get some baseball underway here from Keck Horton Field between the Mustangs and the Cardinals this afternoon. All right, so we've got the plate meeting going on right now. 3 umpires at home plate exchanging lineups. Meaning we are moments away from baseball this afternoon. As Fort Worth Christian looks for a 2-0 start in district play, aiming to win their 5th straight game. Going up against Midland Christian. All right, we'll have our keys to the game here when we come back. Or no, we'll do them right now. So our keys to the game. Getting ahead of the count is going to be critical, especially for David Salas, because as phenomenal as he has been, if there's one area he could improve, it is getting ahead. And it bodes well for him in 2 ways. Getting ahead is good for any pitcher, but for a pitcher of his caliber that has been so tough to hit, it makes it even tougher if he can be in the zone. Relax and soak it up as well. It's Saturday afternoon. You're playing some baseball. You're trying to get back-to-back wins to open up district play. Doing it here against Midland Christian. And then also just trust the preparation. Rusty Greer, the Major League Baseball veteran and Texas Rangers Hall of Famer, obviously with a wealth of knowledge, and he works extremely hard to help prepare this team and the details and the preparations and the routines that they put together. So those are the things that they want to trust and see how it can unfold out on the field today. So we are steps closer to action, moments away from action.
Game between the Midland Christian Mustangs and the Fort Worth Christian Cardinals. First introducing the starting lineup for the Mustangs. Leading off the center fielder number 1.
So the public address announcing the lineups will lay out for that. Be back with you here in a second.
Batting third left fielder number 9, Cutter Smith. Batting cleanup the catcher number 20, Corey Hayes. Batting fifth at DH number 15, Riley Stone. Batting sixth, the right fielder number 11, Blaine House. Batting seventh, the first baseman number 10, Harrison Ewing. Batting eighth, the third baseman number 3, Callaway Rodriguez. And batting ninth, the second baseman number 5, Brody Mester. And starting on the mound for the Mustangs, number 7, Max Martinez. The Mustangs are led by head coach Bobby Mester. And now the starting lineup for the Fort Worth Christian Cardinals, leading off the second baseman, number 27, Griffin Carney. Batting second, the shortstop, number 2, Brady Emerson. Batting third, the center fielder, number 17, Braylon James. Batting cleanup, the right fielder, number 11, Jackson Castleberry. Batting fifth, the DH, number 7, Jake Parkinson. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 20, Blaine McDonald. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 1, Hank Austin. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 1, Andrew Ridgel. And batting ninth, the left fielder, number 24, Jacob Ward. And starting on the mound for the Cardinals, pitching number 12, David Salas. The Cardinals are coached by Rusty Greer and assisted by Curtis Wilkerson, Jacob Pickle, John Hampton, and Tyler Ricks. If you would, please stand for our prayer and remain standing for the national anthem to follow. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day. We're so thankful to be here, to be outside and watch this great game of baseball. We pray for health and safety for the players playing today and help them to play to the best of their abilities. We thank you for all the many blessings you give us. In your son's name, amen.
All right, after the prayer and anthem, we are ready for baseball here from Fort Worth Christian. The Cardinals and Mustangs squaring off for the second straight day after a 3-1 Cardinals victory last night. David Salas heading to the hill, and if you missed it earlier, we'll show you his numbers on the season once again. As the sophomore walks out to the mound. The defensive alignment for the Cardinals, it's Austin catching, McDonald at third, Emerson at short, Carney at second, Ridgel at first, and then Ward, James, and Castleberry in the outfield from left to right. Last time out, David Salas went 4 innings and allowed 1 earned run, his only earned run allowed this season. 15 2/3, just 2 hits and 1 earned run. He's 2-0 with 19 strikeouts, a sub-1 whip as well for David Salas. The ERA, for those wanting to do the calculations, .447 on the ERA. So David Salas has been excellent, and he'll try to continue that strong pitching. So Salas, warm-up tosses, Jarrett Stockstill, Parker Bullard, and Cutter Smith, the first 3 scheduled to hit for the Mustangs of Midland Christian. Midland Christian coming in 6-6 overall, dropping the district opener to these Cardinals yesterday. One year ago, they went 13-19, finished 2-8 in district play, while Fort Worth Christian finished 1 spot ahead of them, with 5th in the standings. So we are ready for baseball. Stockstill leads things off, and Salas misses low and inside, a 1-0 count. And Salas will wind and fire. The first 2 miss outside the zone. Stockstill 0 for 1 with a walk and the lone run scored yesterday. That came in the first inning of this matchup, despite Austin not grabbing that one. It's a strike, a 2-1 count. Getting ahead, that was a big key for Salas. And he gets back in the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. As Salas works down the rubber for the 2-2 and gets the strikeout. David Salas, his 20th strikeout of the season in 16 full innings of work now, coming in with 15 2/3. And he strikes out Stockstill. It brings up Parker Bullard. And he falls behind the shortstop as well. Went 1 for 2 yesterday. And the 1-0's on the way. And it misses up and out. So 2 balls, no strikes. Bullard had a hit. Got on a walk. Went 1 for 2 yesterday. The 2-0. Misses, so a 3 ball no strike count. As Salas fires the 3-0, and that's ball 4. That was the struggle for David Salas in his last outing. He issued 5 walks and ultimately allowed his first earned run of the year. He has walked at least 2 in each of his first 4 starts, making his 5th start today. And so Bullard, who rides a 7-game hit streak, was walked once yesterday, draws a free pass on 4 pitches, and now it's Salas who gets ahead of Cutter Smith, who went 2 for 3. Had 2 of the 3 Mustangs hits yesterday. And it's 0-1 count. You see Bullard with the lead at first, being held by Ridgel, who moves from left over to first base here this afternoon. Salas comes home, right back to the pitcher. He throws it to Emerson, who gets it on to first. It's in time. How about a 1-6-3 double play to retire the side in the first? The Cardinals will come to the plate next here on Tradio.
They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights.
So Griffin Carney starting the bottom of the first at the plate for the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets plunked by the first pitch that the starter Max Martinez throws. So a leadoff base runner for the Cardinals.
Next up, shortstop number 2, Grady Emerson.
And that will put one on with nobody out for Grady Emerson. Martinez has been really effective this season for the Mustangs, 20 2/3 and just 2 earned runs with 18 strikeouts and just 5 walks. Carney is off and takes second with no throw. Griffin Carney, so much speed. 19 stolen bases heading into today's action. And Grady Emerson watches a breaking ball for a strike. The Texas commit and top-ranked prospect has been on in every single game this season for the Cardinals. A 19-game on-base streak to begin the season. And he's done it by, yes, leading the team in hits, but also drawing a lot of free passes. Open base now at first after Carney takes second with no throw, at 2-1 count. And Martinez takes a peek at Carney. And he delivers another check. Loses the ball as it goes straight into the artificial surface here at Keck Horton Field. So Martinez working to Emerson, 2 balls and a strike. Kicks and delivers, sends home the 2-1.
Go G.
It's up and out, 3 balls and a strike here to Grady Emerson. Had 1 hit and 1 at-bat, had the go-ahead RBI yesterday, and Emerson lifts this one towards left field. Going back on it, it continues to carry, and it's gone! Grady Emerson hits his 2nd home run of the season, and it gives the Cardinals a 2-0 lead. An opposite field shot for Grady Emerson as the ball sails out. An opposite field home run. And the Cardinals on top first as we get another look at the opposite field home run. It carries over the left field wall with the gusting winds heading toward that direction. And Braylon James, first pitch swinging. And the shortstop, Parker Bullard, makes the catch.
Next, right fielder number 11, Jackson Castleberry.
And that brings Jackson Castleberry to the plate. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 1st inning. A 2-0 lead for Fort Worth Christian. He fouls the first back. Swing and a miss by Castleberry.
Good. All you ones.
An 0-2 count. Castleberry watches it up top. Jackson Castleberry, a 300 hitter on the year, 10 for 30. Went 0 for 1 yesterday with a sac fly RBI, which gave the Cardinals at the time a 3-1 advantage, but he's caught looking there on the strikeout. And so after the home run surrendered by Max Martinez, he comes back with back-to-back strikeouts and now will face Jake Parkerson. Mentioned earlier, he is one of 3 Cardinals to hit a home run. Emerson now with 2 to lead the team. A .458 hitter now who has 22 RBIs and 10 extra base hits. Emerson. But then a pop-up by James, a strikeout by Castleberry brings Jake Parkerson, who's hitting .429 on the year, and he continues to see that batting average climb as the Cardinals' designated hitter ropes one to center with 2 outs to extend the bottom of the 1st inning down to Blaine McDonald. McDonald, first pitch swinging, lifts it out to right. It's a foul ball. Martinez sees this lifted towards right. And Blaine House is there to make the catch, so McDonald flies out. And Parkerson stranded, but not before Grady Emerson with a 2-run opposite field home run to put the Cardinals up by 2 after an inning here on Tradio. So a 2-0 lead for the Cardinals as we start the top of the second inning. And it's Coy Hayes leading things off. Watches the first run inside. Grady Emerson muscles one over the fence. An opposite field home run for the Cardinals shortstop to give the Cardinals a 2-run lead for David Salas, who worked around a 1-out walk in the first inning. Ended the frame with a double play. And now Hayes, who's went 0 for 3 yesterday with a run driven in, leads off this second, with Salas facing the minimum in the first with a strikeout walk and then inning-ending double play that he started the turn on. Went right back to the pitcher. Off to Emerson, then Ridgel in time. That's poked out to right, and Jackson Castleberry makes the catch on the move for the first out.
Up next, DH number 15, Ryland Stone.
Hayes sticking the bat out there and just a lazy pop fly down the right field line that's gathered by Castleberry on the move. Brings Ryland Stone up. Salas missing on the first offering. In for a strike, an even 1-1 count. One ball and 2 strikes. A foul ball there by Ryland Stone. The DH went 0 for 3 in yesterday's matchup. And Salas goes low. A check swing. Stone held up.
Go, David.
And here comes the 2-2. Salas spikes it, runs the count full. The 3-2's grounded to Carney at second. He goes to first. Throw pulls Ridgel up the line, and it's Stone who'll be safe after the errant throw by the Cardinals' second baseman, Griffin Carney.
Right fielder number 11, Blaine House.
Stone hustling down the line, and Ridgel just unable to get that tag on before Stone can get to first. So that brings Blaine House to the plate. One ball, one strike after the swing and a miss. As Salas looks at the short lead. Runner is off, and it's fouled away. Two balls and two strikes. And that just unable to bend into the zone the way that Salas would have liked, and now it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With a runner aboard at first and 1 out in the top of the second, with the Cardinals ahead by 2. Salas steps off. Swing and a miss. Salas with the strikeout, his second of the afternoon, and now there's 2 outs.
Up next, first baseman number 10, Harrison Ewing.
Back-to-back strikes painted on the corner. An 0-2 count now. Here for David Salas, working against Harrison Ewing. He delivers the 0-2. It sails to the backstop. Throw down to second. It's in time. And so an 0-2 pitch that sails away from David Salas ends up ending the inning. A 2-0 score. So we get another look. Just a great bounce. Austin with the shot. Emerson with the tag. Really close play at second as we get another glance, and we get ready for the bottom of the second on the other side.
Leading off second, catcher number 1, Hank Austin.
The senior catcher, Hank Austin, leads things off here in the bottom of the second inning. And Austin flies it to center. Jarrett Stockstill there to make the catch. And so a fly ball, one out. Start this bottom of the second, brings Andrew Ridgel to the plate. And a 1-0 count to Andrew Ridgel, moving from left to first base this afternoon. And hits it to third. Across is Rodriguez, on to Ewing in time. And back-to-back Cardinals retired to begin the bottom of the second inning. Brings Jacob Ward up. His first start in a while. It's the freshman getting an opportunity to play out in left with the aforementioned Ridgel, who was in left yesterday, moving to first. Putting Andujar out of the lineup at least this afternoon. There's a play at short, and it's on to first in time. Nifty play by Parker Bullard. And the side is retired. The Cardinals ahead 2-0 after 2 innings of action here from Keck Horton Field.
They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine.
What's the greatest what if in sports history?
To me, what if Barry Bonds never took steroids? But I still believe he's the greatest player of all time.
Me too. Who's your celebrity crush?
Megan Fox.
Great answer. Go-to karaoke song?
Dancing Queen.
Favorite athlete growing up?
Probably Mike Trout.
Ben, who in your dream concert, who's playing?
Probably Hudson Westbrook.
Great answer.
Sir.
What is the best console of all time?
I mean, I like Xbox for sure.
What Xbox? Which one?
I mean, I don't know. I just have one of like the new gen ones.
Okay.
That's my first Xbox I got.
Okay.
Sir.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Probably What Makes You Beautiful by One Direction.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite athlete growing up?
Corey Seager.
It's the big time. Can you feel those bright lights? Everything is yours tonight. It's on tonight. The big time.
So it's Harrison Ewing back up at the plate. First at bat for him, but second time coming up to the dish. He was at the plate to end the second inning, but an 0-2 pitch that he saw sailed to the backstop, and Hank Austin threw it down to second to end the frame. First pitch he sees to begin the third. He fouls it away to the left side, an 0-1 count. To the Mustangs first baseman, 7, 8, and 9 scheduled to hit. And it's Ewing who hits this one to left, gathered by Ward. Will keep Ewing just to a single as he's able to chase it down by the left field foul line, but a leadoff single to begin this third inning. As Salas, he's allowed a base runner in each of his first 3 innings of work, and he's done it in different ways. A walk in the first, an error in the second, and now a base hit to lead off the third. But despite a base runner in each of the first 2 innings, he faced the minimum. Callaway Rodriguez steps in. And Salas will look at the runner, Harrison Ewing. The first delivery. It's a foul ball, out of play, 0-1 count. And Salas able to steal a strike toward the top of the zone with off speed to make it 0-2. Here with Rodriguez at the plate, went 0 for 2 with a strikeout yesterday. Salas works with a runner at first in Ewing. And checks on the runner. Drilled one to left field to lead off the inning with a single. Has the lead being held by Ridgel. And delivers home. And that ends up hitting Callaway Rodriguez. So after having an 0-2 count last inning to Harrison Ewing, it got away from Salas, but it ended the inning with a runner cut down at second. Then faces Ewing, who singles to lead off the inning, and then has an 0-2 count on Rodriguez and ends up hitting him. So 2 on, nobody out. Opportunity now for the Mustangs. Down by 2 runs after Grady Emerson hit an opposite field shot over the left field wall in the first inning. Salas delivers and trying to drop down the bunt is Brody Mesker, but it goes in foul territory, 0-1 count. So first and second, nobody out. The 9th hitter in the order up at the plate, looking to drop down the bunt. And McDonald playing in, giving signs to his infield on what they'll want to do on this bunt coverage defensively. With runners on first and second. It's Mesker who's showing the bunt. Ridgel coming in as well. And he watches it inside. So a ball and a strike is the count here to the Mustangs' second baseman. They want to get 2 in scoring position for the top of the order waiting on deck. And Salas trying to work around a leadoff single, followed by a hit by pitch to put 2 on with nobody out. The 1-1. It misses low. Mesker pulls back wisely to make it a 2-1 count. That is chopped towards second. Carney will step on the bag himself, going to first. Scoop made by Ridgel, but not in time. And so runners will be on the corners. Mesker doing a job to get a runner from second to third, but not getting the 2 in scoring position he would have hoped with a sacrifice bunt. Instead, hits the ground ball to Carney, who tried to turn the double play himself, but unable to do it in time. So Mesker on first with the fielder's choice. 2 on for the top of the order. Jared Stockstill, who pulls this foul down the left field line. Stockstill atop this order coming into this Friday-Saturday affair. Began the week hitting .333. Struck out swinging in his first trip to the plate to lead off the first inning. But walked and came around to score the lone Mustangs run yesterday. And watches a breaking ball in for a strike, landed by Salas. Another 0-2 count for David Salas, as he'll try to put away Jared Stockstill. With 2 aboard here in the third. Salas takes a check on the runner at first in Mesker. Salas shaking off one time before he comes set. And he fires the 0-2. It's a foul ball. Stockstill staying alive. Two runners on the base paths. One out here in third. Another foul ball.
Go, David.
Two on, one out. 2 strikes here to Stockstill. A back-to-back 2-strike foul balls. Swing and a miss. David Salas picks up his third punch out, and now an out away from getting out of 2 on, nobody out. To begin this inning, it was a single, then hit by pitch that put runners on first and second with nobody out. Mesker then reaches on a fielder's choice, puts runners on the corners with 1 gone. But he comes back to strike out Stockstill for a second time this afternoon, and it brings Parker Bullard to the plate. And he leaves it up and in for ball 1. Bullard, north of a .400 average on the year, went 1 for 2 yesterday. One of the top hitters for the Mustangs, up in a big spot as they try to get on the board. And he watches the first 2 outside the zone. About half of his hits have gone for extra bases, 5 of the 12 that he's put together this season. And he's walked 6 more times than he struck out, and a hitter-friendly 2-0 count. He watches as well. Waiting on deck is Cutter Smith. He hit into the inning-ending double play in the first, but was the lone player to have a multi-hit effort on either team yesterday. And the 3-0. Salas getting back in the zone. Trying to avoid a bases-loaded situation with the third hitter in the order on deck. The 3-1. Well, he'll have that bases-loaded situation now, as Salas, for the second time this afternoon, walks Parker Bullard. It puts the bases full of Mustangs. A big spot here in the top of the third inning, as they're full for Cutter Smith. And Smith, first one up and out, nowhere to put Cutter Smith. He too, somebody who has walked more than he struck out. Also is one of 2 players, or the only player, mind you, on this Mustangs team. Not just, as we mentioned, to have a multi-hit game yesterday, but also he's the only Mustang to leave the yard with a home run this season. so possesses some of the most power on the squad. And after the first one misses to him, you've got the bases loaded with 2 outs, a 1-0 count. And the pitching coach, John Hampton, having a word with his sophomore right-hander, who's trying to navigate some trouble here in the top of the third, looking to protect a 2-run lead. The Cardinals, they've limited the runs. Just 2 total runs allowed in each of their last 3 games in the midst of a 4-game win streak for the 15-3-1 Fort Worth Christian Cardinals. But it's the Mustangs who are threatening right now. They've got the right guy up, Cutter Smith, with the bases loaded and a 1-0 count. So after the visit, Salas misses outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Here to Salas. And he gets back in the zone. Nice framework by Hank Austin behind the plate. As that grabs the zone to make it a 2-1 count here to Cutter Smith. The Mustangs left fielder with an opportunity to put them on the board. It's low and inside as Salas misfires once more. And no margin for error now. Nowhere to put Cutter Smith with the bases loaded. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Salas kicks and deals, and Smith fouls it away. On what perhaps looked like it could have been ball 4. Goes upstairs, and now the ultimate payoff pitch on the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the 3rd inning. So a big pitch on the menu here from David Salas. And that's grounded to Carney at second. He gets it on to first in time, and Salas works in and out of trouble as Midland Christian strands the bases juice. 2-0, the Cardinals lead. We'll be right back.
PSA, once again, the left-handers will like football field. Baseman number 27, Griffin Carney.
Griffin Carney leading things off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. A 2-0 lead for Fort Worth Christian. It was Griffin Carney, of course, the leadoff man, who led off the first, though, and it ultimately resulted in a 2-run inning for the Cardinals. as he pops this one up. And it'll get out of play. But he came up to the plate to begin the bottom of the first inning, was hit on the first pitch he saw. And then Grady Emerson pokes one over the left field wall for a 2-run home run to give the Cardinals a 2-0 lead. And the Mustangs came back, though, last half inning with runners 2 on with nobody out. And then getting the bases loaded with their third hitter up. And a ground ball ends the threat as they strand the bases loaded. And Carney rips one up the middle. A leadoff single to begin the bottom of the third for Griffin Carney. He's got hits in each of the first 2 district ball games for Fort Worth Christian. And now hits in 4 of his last 5 games as he sees that .333 average entering today's affair continue to rise. Speaking of high batting averages, Grady Emerson, a .458 hitter when the day began, after going 1 for 1 yesterday. He hits a home run in his first at-bat and watches the first upstairs. He's got a team-leading 22 RBIs now after driving Carney in. When he shot one over the left field wall for the opposite field 2-run home run. The only scoring we've seen in this game. And so Emerson hitting for a second time now. And it's Max Martinez paying some attention to Griffin Carney. He's got 20 stolen bases already on the year. About 1 per game for Carney. This is the 20th game of the season for Fort Worth Christian. A 2-0 count here to Emerson. A check on Carney. Emerson watches the off speed, in for a strike, a 2-1 count. Emerson crushes one toward right, but pulls it in foul territory. As Martinez went back to the breaking ball, this time Emerson takes a hack and now makes it a 2-ball, 2-strike count. That bounces below the zone. Coy Hayes able to keep it in front as Carney remains at first. We'll see if he gets in motion, though, with the full count. And the 3-2 is called for strike 3. Grady Emerson rung up on strikes, and that brings Braylon James to the plate.
Up next, center fielder number 17, Braylon James.
A rare instance for Grady Emerson to go down on strikes. The Cardinals shortstop, just his second strikeout of the season, and now 50 at-bats. And now Griffin Carney, he's running, and it's Martinez who steps off and throws it to second, or toward the second baseman, Mesker. While Carney, he started running before Martinez made any motion to the plate and ultimately takes second. You figured it was coming for the speedy Griffin Carney atop this Cardinals order. And after the at-bat to Emerson, he runs before an offering can be tossed to Braylon James, who popped up to short his first time up. Watches the first for a strike at 0-1 count. Now it's even at a ball and a strike. Paying close attention to Griffin Carney. Always creeps off the bag quite a bit. He's got wheels out at second. And James grounds it to short. Gathered by Bullard on to first, but the throw pulling Ewing off the bag. And Braylon James will reach. Wait for the official scoring on that, but James aboard either way. 2-on for Jackson Castleberry. Jackson Castleberry. First pitch swinging, grounds it up the middle. Griffin Carney comes across to score. It's a 3-0 Cardinals lead. And first pitch ambushing is Jackson Castleberry. And he takes the first offering from Max Martinez right back where it came from. A little vengeance for Jackson Castleberry, who struck out looking in his first trip to the plate. Rips this one on the ground up the middle. And the ground ball, RBI single, extending the lead to 3-0 for the Cardinals. As Castleberry has RBIs in back-to-back games. Jake Parkerson now. He singled up the middle in his first time up, and that scoots away from Hayes. Runners now to second and third. Braylon James at third. Jackson Castleberry now at second. And the 2-0. Parkerson leaves it. He singled in the first, now hits in 13 of his last 15 games. Hitting above .430 on the year. And 3-0. He takes. Seen a lot of 3-0 green lights from the Cardinals this year. And in a situation with two in scoring position, you thought perhaps it was in the cards. Instead, Parkerson takes. And that's grounded through the left side. It'll score Braylon James. The Cardinals lead by 4. Back-to-back RBI singles from Jackson Castleberry and Jake Parkerson. The third hit of the inning. And the second straight ground ball RBI single from the Cardinals brings Blaine McDonald to the plate. He flew out to right last time up. And after the Cardinals only had 2 hits the first turn through the order against Max Martinez, 3 of the first 5 hitters in the Cardinals order in his second time facing the lineup have gotten hits here in this third inning. Carney, Castleberry, and Parkerson, with the latter 2 being RBI singles. And so Castleberry at third, Parkerson at first, Blaine McDonald at the plate. And he watches low. So Parkerson up to 16 runs driven in on the year. Now tied with Braylon James for the second most on the team. As McDonald fouls it. They're both, though, tied for second. 6 runs driven in behind Grady Emerson, who's added 2 today. And that is pulled foul right toward head coach Rusty Greer.
Go 2-0.
And a 2-2 count here to Blaine McDonald. 0 for 1, fly out to right to end the first inning. McDonald watching upstairs. Pushes the count full. The 50th pitch of the afternoon upcoming from Max Martinez. And he steps off. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. A 4-0 lead for the Cardinals. McDonald at the plate. And another foul ball pulled on the ground. McDonald going 0 for 2 yesterday. That snapped a 4-game hit streak for him. Has 14 RBIs on the season, one of the top marks on the team. As we begin district play, looking for his first knock in district action, albeit just his 4th AB in district play. And he hits it hard to left. And Castleberry tagging, scoring a 5-0 lead for the Cardinals on the sacrifice fly RBI from Blaine McDonald. McDonald, really good swing. Not rewarded with a hit, but does get a run driven in and does a job with a sacrifice fly out to left. And it brings Hank Austin up. Hank Austin flew out to center to begin the second inning. The senior catcher hits 7th in the Cardinals order. Up for a second time. Knight runs inside and hits Austin. Looked like it got him up in the hand, and he'll take first base. So that puts runners on first and second as Austin reaches on the hit by pitch. And the 8th Cardinal in the form of Andrew Ridgel, the 8th different Cardinal to come up to the plate here in this bottom of the 3rd. If you're just joining us, the Cardinals struck first with a 2-run opposite field home run from Grady Emerson in the bottom of the 1st inning. And they've added 3 more here in the bottom of the 3rd. RBI singles from Jackson Castleberry and Jake Parkerson, and then a sac fly RBI from Blaine McDonald. So in 3 straight at-bats, 3 straight ABs that produce RBIs from Castleberry and Parkerson, RBI singles, and then a sac fly RBI from Blaine McDonald. Then Austin is hit to put runners on first and second. That's grounded through the left side. It gets past the diving shortstop in Bullard, and coming across to score is Jake Parkerson. A 6-0 advantage, and the throw goes to center. Hunter Hampton comes across to score. And the Cardinals add 2 runs home on that play. They're up 7-0. So Andrew Ridgel will get credit for an RBI, and he'll advance all the way to 3rd on after the ball came home. As we get another look at the play, Ridgel, ground ball single through the 5-6 hole, past the diving Bullard, and then Cutter Smith throwing home. But it's Parkerson who's able to score in time, and then the throw from Hayes trying to get Ridgel, who was looking to take the extra bag after the throw home. Not only got the extra bag in second, but with the overthrow gets all the way to 3rd. That ball scooting away from the backstop in Hayes, and diving in safely home is Ridgel. And it makes it an 8-0 Cardinals advantage as they've scored 6 here in the home half of the third inning. So Jacob Ward hits with nobody on and 2 outs. So 4 2-out runs, 6 runs in total in this inning. It started with Griffin Carney singling, then Emerson struck out looking, the man who hit a home run in the bottom of the first inning. James then grounded out. Or no, check that. James ultimately had his trip to the plate. And then Castleberry and Parkerson had back-to-back RBIs, singles, followed by a sac fly from McDonald, a hit by pitch by Austin. And then Ridgel's single brings Ward up to the plate. The 9th different Cardinal to come up. And that flips the lineup card back to the top. The inning started with Griffin Carney. The Cardinals have batted around here in this 6-run bottom of the third inning as Jacob Ward draws a walk. So Ward at first after the walk in what has been a 6-run bottom of the third inning. And that'll end the afternoon for Max Martinez as the Mustangs are making a pitching change. I'll tell you about the new arm here in a second, but just to recap the frame, it was Fort Worth Christian starting the inning off with a man who's about to hit again. And Griffin Carney. It was a line drive single to center field, followed by Grady Emerson striking out. And then Braylon James, he is able to reach on an error. And then Castleberry singles, Parkerson singles, back-to-back RBI singles then set up. The sacrifice fly from McDonald. Hank Austin is hit. Then Ridgel singles to drive home a run. And then Jacob Ward walks to bring Griffin Carney, the 10th hitter to come up to the plate, as the man who started the third, Griffin Carney, will now hit for a 3rd time this afternoon and 2nd time here in this inning. So a call to the bullpen for the Mustangs. And they go with the left-handed reliever, Rylan Stone. Stone, who was the designated hitter in the lineup, now goes out to the rubber. And Stone now facing Griffin Carney. His 2nd trip to the plate here in this inning after leading off the frame with a single. Cardinals have scored 6 runs here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. And Carney watches for a strike. And pulled foul right toward the head coach, Rusty Greer. And Jacob Ward now being awarded second after the balk.
Go 2-7.
A 1-2 count to Kearney. As Stone kicks and delivers, misses high. Stone on the year, 13 2/3. Tossed on the season, 9 hits allowed, 14 runs allowed, but only 6 of them earned, with 17 walks against 7 strikeouts. ERA above 3, and that's a hit by Kearney, his second of the inning. It'll score Jacob Ward, and the Cardinals ahead 9-0. A monstrous bottom of the third inning for Fort Worth Christian as Griffin Kearney produces an RBI single. Pulling it to left field, Kearney now 3 hits in 4 at-bats to begin district play. And it brings Grady Emerson up. So first time that Emerson is facing the lefty Stone. With Kearney at first base, a 2-0 count, 2 outs, a 7-run inning for Fort Worth Christian has put them ahead 9-0. Emerson swings through the offering from the southpaw. But 13 2/3, 17 walks, 7 strikeouts, a whip above 2, 2.12, a 3.07 ERA. And it's up and out to Emerson. Emerson watches for ball 4. So after hitting a home run in the first, Grady Emerson, who struck out for the first out of this inning, looking his second trip to the plate in what has been a 7-run bottom of the third results in a walk. Emerson has been on in all 20 games this season for the Cardinals, with either hit by pitch, walk, or hit. So that on-base streak continues for the outstanding shortstop, and it brings Braylon James to the plate. Hitting with 2 on. James tied for second on the team with runs driven in, something we touched on earlier. And you can see why he hits with guys aboard all the time, with how frequently Kearney and Emerson get on base. And James grounds it to first. Stepping on the bag is Ewing, and the side is eventually retired. While the Cardinals do leave 2 on, they come home to score 7, and they lead 9-0 after 3.
20, catcher, Corey Hayes.
So Salas out for another inning of work. Had a lengthy stay in the dugout because of the Cardinals batting around. And some, scoring 7 runs in the bottom of the third. And so Salas now out for his 4th inning of work. We'll see if he can get into a rhythm out there after having a lengthy layoff, with the Cardinals spending a lot of time at the plate last half inning. It's Coy Hayes leading things off for the Mustangs. And he watches it. Low and inside, a 3-0 count. You figured the layoff, it can always be tough to get right back out there and be dialed in to throw strikes after a 7-run inning from the offense. And 4 straight balls for David Salas allows a base runner for Coy Hayes.
Up next, number 15, Ryland Stone.
Because in one instance, you have the cushion. If you're David Salas, a 9-run lead. And it's Rusty Greer who comes out to talk with his sophomore right-hander. And when you see the head coach, a lot of the times it looks like a change will happen, but doesn't look like we're going to see a change. Just Coach Greer wanting to talk to Salas, assuming, telling him, hey, you've got the 9-run lead. Just throw strikes, compete in the zone. Because you can defend hits, you can't defend walks. And that has been the one blemish for Salas so far this year. He's limited runs at such a high level.
Let's go, David.
But has had to navigate around some walks quite frequently this season.
Yeah.
That's a ground ball. Soft chopper over to Carney, flips it off to Ridgel, and there's 1 out. So Stone, a first pitch swinging, ground ball to the right side, does advance a runner to second, brings Blaine House to the plate with 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah.
It's in for a strike to House, who struck out in his first time up. Salas misses inside. Three balls and a strike here to House, with 1 out and 1 on in a 9-run ball game. Salas issues his second walk of the inning, putting runners on first and second.
Up next, number 10, Harrison Ewing.
Brings Harrison Ewing to the plate. He singled to lead off the 3rd inning. Ewing up to the plate with 2 on.
Let's go, David.
A 3-ball count.
Go, 1-2.
Think this perhaps could be the end of the line for Salas. Trying to avoid walking the bases loaded, but that's exactly what he does here. So Salas has walked the bases juiced, and Rusty Greer will make the call to the bullpen. As Salas will see his outing come to a conclusion after 3 1/3. Only allows 1 hit, but 5 walks for the sophomore right-hander to go along with 3 strikeouts. He exits with the bases loaded, and he gives way to the left-hander, Cale Brateris, who will inherit a bases-loaded situation with his team up 9-0.
In the pitch for the Cardinals, number 6, Cale Brateris.
As Salas walks the bases loaded, had 2 walks through the first 3 innings. Actually, yes, 2 walks through the first 3, but 3 in this inning to go for 5 overall for Salas. And he sees his outing come to a close, and it brings Cale Brateris into this 9-0 ball game. Brateris making his 6th appearance of the season. 4 of those have been starts, so second time the lefty has come out of the bullpen. He's 2-0 on the year through 13 innings of action, and will face the 8th hitter in the order in Callaway Rodriguez. His first 4 appearances were starts, but his last appearance was a relief outing, 1 inning of work against Thesa, where he retired the side in order to conclude that game. But in his 13 innings of action, he's allowed 9 hits, but just 2 earned runs. He has struck out 10, but he's also allowed 10 walks. ERA just above 1. With just 2 earned in 13 innings of action. On the season for the lefty, so Cale Brateris will face Callaway Rodriguez as they make a call to the bullpen.
Third baseman, number 3, Callaway Rodriguez.
Go, Cale.
After 3 1/3 from Salas, it's off to the left-hander. And the first from Brateris misses high. Up with the bases loaded as the Mustangs will try to chip away at what is a 9-run deficit. And the first 2 outside the zone to the Mustangs' third baseman. Ball 3.
Come on, Cale.
And Rodriguez, who was hit in his first time up, walks to score a run, the first run of the afternoon for the Mustangs to make it a 9-1 score. Rodriguez credited with an RBI. And still, you've got the bases loaded and just one out. So the Mustangs can cut into what is a big deficit now after a 7-run inning from the Cardinals. It's Midland Christian who has the chance to threaten. There were 7 runs in the bottom of the third, but the bases loaded, 1 out and 1 already across here in the next half inning, the top of the fourth, which has chased the starter, David Salas, out of the game. And it brings Cale Brateras in, and the first batter he sees walks on 4 straight, now 6 straight balls for the left-hander out of the bullpen.
There it is.
And finally getting into the zone, there to Mesker, here with a 2-1 count. With the advantage of 8 runs, infield playing regular depth. And it's fouled away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the second baseman, Brody Mesker, who reached on a fielder's choice in his first at-bat. Harris going with the breaking ball. Runs the count full, though.
Let's go, Kale.
That runs inside and hits Mesker. Or no, foul ball. The umpire tells him to come back. So actually hit his bat and ruled as a foul ball. Thought perhaps it could have hit the helmet, but no. Umpire's got a much better vantage point as we get another look. Oh no, clearly hits the bat. Good replay there by our producer Tim Polster, as it's fouled back. Always interesting, though, when you navigate out of the way, but your bat's still in the way, opposed to being ball 4. Just ends up being a foul ball. So another full count offering coming from Cale Brateras. He comes home, and that is ball 4. So Cale Brateras has come into the game and has walked back-to-back batters, which has now made it a 9-2 score. And that'll bring Jarrett Stockstill to the plate. And so the Mustangs answering the 7-run bottom of the third with a pair of runs in the top of the fourth. And the first misses high from Brateras. A foul ball by Stockstill. He was the only one to score yesterday for the Mustangs. He's 0 for 2 today with 2 strikeouts, both swinging. Both coming against David Salas, his first crack at the reliever. And Cale Brateras, and it's a ground ball to McDonald. And McDonald will look back the runner from second to third and step on the bag at third for the force out to clear House off the base pass. But another run will come across to score to make it a 9-3 ball game. that brings Parker Bullard, who has been up twice and has walked twice this afternoon. And he watches the first out of the zone. Another one in for a strike. Swing and a miss by Bullard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, 6-run lead for Fort Worth Christian. And after Brateras walked the first 2 he saw out of the bullpen, got a ground ball for the second out, and now with 2 strikes on Bullard, Brateras misses inside. Full count pitch upcoming to Bullard, who had a single yesterday. He's reached a couple times today, and the full count pitch is on the way. Misfires and another walk for Cale Brateras, 3 of them. He's walked 3 of 4 that he's faced out of the bullpen. And it brings Cutter Smith up with the bases loaded. The second time in as many innings that Cutter Smith has hit with the bases loaded. He did so in the 3rd inning and grounded out to second to keep the score, at least keep the Mustangs off the scoreboard, as the 3rd hitter in the order, who had 2 hits yesterday, was hitting with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 3rd, grounded out. Now comes up with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 4th. And this time has a real chance to get the Mustangs back into the ball game. And Brateras misfires above the zone. And that's grounded to short. Emerson flips it to Carney. And the inning is over, but not before the Mustangs get on the board. And they score 3. It's just a 6-run lead now for Fort Worth Christian as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Bottom 4. Yep.
Jackson Castleberry leads things off here in the 4th inning. As we welcome you back to Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Great afternoon for baseball, windy day. Gusts above 20 miles per hour at times. You see the flags really blowing in right now. With Castleberry, foul tip, 2-1 count. Jackson Castleberry, he's 1 for 2 today, struck out looking in the first, had an RBI single in the 3rd inning and watches for a strike there.
Yeah, where's that for us? Love.
Castleberry on the 3-2 did not go around, so leads off the inning with a walk. Second time that Jackson Castleberry has reached today. And it brings Jake Parkerson up to the plate. 2 hits already this afternoon for Parkerson, who has swung the bat with great authority this year. An RBI single in the 3rd, singled up the middle in the 1st as well, 2 for 2. After a rare 0 for 3 yesterday, came into yesterday's game with 11 hits in his last 13 games. But he's got, I said that wrong. He's got a hit in 13 of his last 15 games. And multiple of those multi-hit efforts, as you'd expect for a hitter, hitting well north of 430 now with a 2 for 2 effort today. He has been fantastic, but he gets under this one to left. And the shortstop, Parker Bullard, ranging to make the grab. So Parkerson retired after Castleberry begins the inning with a walk. It brings Blaine McDonald, who had a sac fly RBI last time up.
Up next, third baseman number 20, Blaine McDonald.
McDonald pulls it foul. A 9-3 ball game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Scoring started with a 2-run opposite field home run by Grady Emerson in the bottom of the 1st inning. The Cardinals go on to score 7 in the bottom of the 3rd. However, it's Midland Christian who has an answer. In the top of the 4th inning, they score 3 to make it a 6-run advantage for Fort Worth Christian, ahead 9-3. As their first runs of the afternoon came last half inning. A little different game script than we had yesterday, a 3-1 affair, where we just saw 6 combined hits between the two teams. We've already seen 8 hits in this game. Plenty of more base runners with the free passes as Castleberry is into second safely. 3 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors for Midland Christian. 9 runs on 7 hits, 1 error for Fort Worth Christian. Meanwhile, we have also seen 11 total walks in this game. 8 of them coming from the Cardinals pitchers. As McDonald make it another walk. 12 walks between the two teams in this game. So a lot of free passes, including a pair in this inning. As Ryland Stone works to Hank Austin now. Austin 0 for 1, flew out to center in the second, then was hit by a pitch in the third inning. Castleberry at second, McDonald at first. As the Cardinals will try to get back some of the runs they surrendered last half. As Austin swings and misses.
They said that I'm good to go when they're here in Arlington in September. Give me a guess.
Low and inside to the Cardinals senior catcher.
The only downside to me getting you a pass is that you would have nowhere to sit.
That's pulled foul.
Go ahead. Go one. Nice good jab out there in left center. I can look both. Shoot, right center.
Runners are off, a throw down to second.
He's safe.
And the Cardinals nearly getting into a rundown. It's McDonald who has to retreat back to first, but Castleberry who takes second. So now runners on the corners.
Over at the mind.
With a 3-ball, 2-strike pitch upcoming here to Hank Austin. The count is full with Austin at the plate. Castleberry at third now. After the runners were in motion and then ultimately McDonald retreating. So the payoff upcoming. And that's pulled on the ground and gets past the shortstop Bullard. Castleberry comes home to score, and the Cardinals extend their lead back to 7 runs.
Next, first baseman number 9, Adrian Mitchell.
As Hank Austin will come off the courtesy runner. Hunter Hampton in for him. He came in as a courtesy in the third, the 7-run third inning for the Cardinals. Was able to come home and score. Brings up Andrew Ridgel, 1 for 2 today. And make it a 2-hit day for Ridgel. Being waved home is Blaine McDonald, and he slides in safely. And Ridgel with a big round around first. And he'll get to second in time. Hunter Hampton retreats to third. Everybody safe. And the Cardinals ahead 11-3.
Left fielder number 24, Jacob Ward.
Fourth. Go, Jacob.
So Andrew Ridgel hits it hard. He's now got 2 hits and 2 runs driven in. He's the third Cardinal to have a multi-hit day. Jacob Ward lifts this one out to left. It drops. Hunter Hampton will come across to score. That puts runners on the corners. Still just 1 out.
Second baseman number 27, Griffin.
Yes, sir.
Arnie.
And so that brings Griffin Carney up. So after surrendering 3 runs in the top of the 4th inning, the Cardinals get 3 back here in the bottom of the 4th, making it a 12-3 lead. And it's back to the top of the order in Griffin Carney. Carney entered today hitting .333, but he's 2 for 2 so far this afternoon with 2 runs scored and an RBI. He's one of 3 Cardinals with a multi-hit day. That's a flip on to first in time. 6-4-3 double play turn retires the side, but not before the Cardinals add 3. They're ahead 12-3 after 4. It's Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio.
Who's your most listened to artist on Spotify or Apple Music last year?
I think it's Tree Revival.
That's a good one. What is the best baseball movie of all time?
Ooh. I'm a big fan of Major League, but I'd say overall it's probably Sandlot.
All right. What is one city you would move to and never move again?
That was a tough one. I don't know. I think it'd be hard to say to leave where I am now.
All right,
I
man.
love it here, so.
Well, Hank, thanks for your time, man.
Of course.
All right. If you could rewatch any movie for the first time again, what movie is it?
For the first time again. Probably Revenge of the Sith.
Great movie. What is the best holiday?
Best holiday? I mean, in my opinion, my birthday.
Oh, that's a good one. What's the best advice you could tell your 8th grade self right now?
Probably stay disciplined and like with like my work ethic and like school and baseball and like stay in the gym, I guess. Yeah.
All right. Well, Ben, thank you for your time, man. So.
Sure.
So we've arrived in the 5th inning. It's a clean inning of work here for Cale Brateris. He came in and recorded the final 2 outs of the 4th and now starts the 5th for the Cardinals, who get back the 3 runs that they surrendered in the top half of the 4th. With 3 runs in the home half is Jackson Castleberry. Out in right makes the grab to retire the catcher Coy Hayes for the first out here in the 5th inning.
Number 15, Ryland Stone.
Brings Ryland Stone to the plate. So Stone, he came in the 3rd inning. Got the final out that came out last inning. He's pitched an inning and a 3rd on the mound. And at the plate today, he's 0 for 2. Through an inning and a 3rd on the hill, 4 hits and 3 runs allowed. With 3 walks as Brateris. He has struggled with the walks so far through an inning of action now. Recording 2 outs last inning and 1 so far now. He's recorded 3 outs but has surrendered 3 walks. Trying to settle in is the lefty with the breaking ball. But a dozen runs on 10 hits for Fort Worth Christian. 3 different Cardinals with multi-hit days. As it's fouled away. Cardinals with a record of 15-3-1, looking for a 2-0 start in district play. A victory today would do that, as it's softly hit to Grady Emerson, who's able to make the play. And Stone is retired for 2 down here in the top of the 5th inning. But if the Cardinals were to win today, it would be their 5th straight win. They'd improve to 16-3-1, and also, more importantly, 2-0 in district play. They've surrendered 3 runs, all coming last inning, as that's ripped to right down in front of Castleberry. A single for Blaine House, who's reached for 2 times now this afternoon. After striking out in the 2nd and walking in the 4th, he has a single here in the 5th inning. But The Cardinals coming into this game had only allowed 2 total runs in their last 3 games. Surrender 3 here in this game, but they've got a healthy lead because they've scored a dozen. A swing and a miss by Harrison Ewing.
6.
And 12 runs for the Cardinals. It's the second highest scoring total that Fort Worth Christian has had this year. Their best game in terms of runs scored was back on the 19th of February when they had a 13-run effort against Denison. As that is flipped on to second, it ends the inning as Ewing grounds out, and we move along. Bottom of the 5th coming up on the other side.
They call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights. In the bright lights. Come on, it's yours tonight. Come on, you'll see. This time it's you and me.
Shortstop number 2, Grady Emerson.
Welcome back to Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Grady Emerson leads us off here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Takes a big hack, swing and a miss.
Go G.
Shortstop quickly down 0-2 in the count. He started what has been a great day of offense for Fort Worth Christian. And it runs in on Emerson's hands and getting off the bump. And going to grab it is the lefty Ryland Stone as Emerson's retired. Mentioned he started what has been a fantastic day at the office for this Cardinal offense that we highlighted off the top. They're hitting above 300 as a team heading into their 20th game of the season. It was Emerson who hit a home run in the first inning to the opposite field, his second of the year, to give the Cardinals a 2-0 lead. And they carried a 2-0 lead until the bottom of the 3rd when the game took a turn. Cardinals score 7 runs to take a 9-0 lead as that comes in to hit Braylon James. He'll reach for the first time after being 0 for 3 this afternoon. He gets hit. James, just one of 2 Cardinals to not record a hit yet.
Right fielder number 11, Jackson.
But now every single Cardinal in their batting order has reached base, with Braylon James being the last to do that, at least via the hit by pitch. James got aboard, but it was via an error. But everybody in the Cardinals lineup has been aboard at least one time. Castleberry, first pitch swinging. It could be a double play, but they can't complete the turn, and Castleberry will get aboard after the low throw. Couldn't be dug out by Ewing at first.
Next up, the DH number 7, Jake Parkerson.
And it brings Jake Parkerson to the plate. Stone pounds Calls a strike to make it an 0-2 count. Parkerson 2 for 3 today. And he rips it up the middle. So Jake Parkerson, the lone Cardinal, to now have a 3-hit afternoon. He's 3 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI.
Let's go, Blaine.
Up next, third baseman number 20, Blaine McDonald.
And it brings Blaine McDonald to the plate. The junior Blaine McDonald batting with 2 out and 2 on. And he skies this. And it goes foul with an 0-1 count here in the bottom of the 5th inning. McDonald 0 for 1 this afternoon. Castleberry at second, Parkerson at first. And so when we're looking at our potential player of the game, some candidates for you for sure. Jake Parkerson, who's 3 for 4. Probably toward the top of the list with a 3-hit day. However, Grady Emerson, he's 1 for 3, but did have the home run to start this offensive outburst. And you also have Andrew Ridgel out of the 8th spot of the order that went 2 for 3, or is 2 for 3 so far, with a couple of runs driven in. On the pitching side, David Salas went 3 1/3, allowed 3 earned. All 3 credited to him. He left the game with no score, but left after he walked the bases loaded, responsible for all those 3 runs charged to his line. As that's a soft tapper by McDonald on to first, and the side is retired. So through 5, it's a 12-3 score. We move along here from Keck Field.
Don't miss, just make, don't get it twisted. We're on a mission to live life legendary. Yeah, we are legendary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. Thin our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. There's strength in our blood. You're one of us. You're one of us. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. You will remember our names. You will remember our names. My bones are hard to break. I can feel when the earth begins to shake. I've been waiting for this change. Come down below. Come down below. It's so low. We are breaking.
Welcome back to action. It's Antonio Andujar. First pitch he throws out of the bullpen results in a ground ball. 4-3 in the box score on the ground out. One gone. Here to begin the sixth. So one pitch, one out for Antonio Andujar, the senior out of the pen, who fires a strike. Andujar,
Tony.
typically see him over starting at first, but a little switch in the lineup today. Now comes out of the bullpen. But gets frequent ABs, 46 at-bats on the year for Andujar, now making his 5th appearance of the year on the mound. All of which have come out of the bullpen as Mesker watches up and out, 2 balls and a strike. Here to the Mustangs second baseman, who's 0 for 1 this afternoon. Three balls and a strike. And that's lifted towards left field. And there to make the grab is Jacob Ward, the man who entered into the lineup, at least for Antonio Andujar, at least to start today. And for 3 this game. It's Midland Christian who's been able to manufacture 3 runs despite being limited to just 2 hits in this game. Andujar. But they've had quite a bit of ace runners pretty much every inning because of the Cardinals walking 8 Midland Christian Mustangs in this game. So 8 walks combined with an error by the Cardinals and a couple of hits have accounted for the base runners. And they've had traffic on the base paths in every inning, even in the first and the second when starter David Salas only faced the minimum. It was a walk, then double play, then also an error, then a runner thrown out at second that ended those frames.
Tony.
The 2-2, Andujar lets it fly. That's popped out to right. And the fly ball ends the frame. A 12-3 advantage for Fort Worth Christian as we move along to the home half of the 6th here on Tradio.
Leading off the 6th, catcher number 1, Hank Austin.
Hank Austin leads us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 2-0 count to the Cardinals catcher. umpire waving it off. Telling the left-hander that Austin has to be ready, or Stone can deliver, and he does there. Misses low. 3-0 count here to Hank Austin. It's in for a strike. But a 12-3 advantage here for Fort Worth Christian. And that's grounded up the middle by Austin. And he's got a single on a 3-1 pitch that he grounds up the middle. Austin getting aboard again, bouncing it up the middle. And it brings Andrew Ridgel to the plate. And Ridgel watches the first for a strike. Trinity Christian and Southwest Christian School, who both got off to 2-0 starts within this district action. Fort Worth Christian trying to do the same after winning 3-1 yesterday, ahead 12-3 this afternoon. Looking also for a 2-0 start to join Southwest Christian School and Trinity Christian atop the standings. It's Southwest Christian who the Cardinals will play in district action for a pair of games next week as Andrew Ridgel has another hit. He continues what's been a great day at the plate. And while that doesn't change anything on the scoreboard, that probably changes who we think our player of the game could be. When you look at the total production at the plate, Andrew Ridgel has been as good as anybody for the Cardinals. A 3-hit day for him, along with 2 RBIs and a run scored. I'd say his biggest competitor for that honor would be Jake Parkerson, who also is 3 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Ridgel 3 for 4, run scored, 2 RBI. So after that hit, probably given the edge to Ridgel there. And we say that honor, it's just an award that is given out by us, who we're going to interview after the game. But either way, you'll be sure to stick around for that. But probably thinking Ridgel, but a lot can change. One inning can change a lot of things. We saw that in the bottom of the third where the Cardinals put 7 on the scoreboard. They're trying to put more on now, though, leading 12-3, but 2 on. The first 2 reaching in this frame to bring Jacob Ward to the plate. But it's been a total production today, not just one player standing out. Yes, Parkerson and Ridgel each with 3 hits. Austin and Kearney each with 2 hits. So 4 different Cardinals with 2 or more hits in this game. But up and down the line, everybody's reached base at least once in this game for Fort Worth Christian. Jacob Ward, the 9th hitter in the order. The freshman getting the start out in left today. He's 1 for 2 with a run scored, an RBI, and a walk drawn. And 3-1. Or no, check that, not the, or it was the 3-1. Ward didn't recognize it initially, but he'll go down to take first base on the free pass, and that'll bring us back to the top of the order. And things like that could definitely change our thought process. I would say the intrigue as well, as the Cardinals, not saying the game's totally out of reach, because if one team can score 7, the other team can as well. But Cardinals certainly in comfortable position, leading 12-3 right now. And on top of that, they have the bases loaded with nobody out. And the top of the order coming up in Griffin Kearney, a new arm coming into the game. But I would also say if Kearney can get a hold of a baseball and get a hit here, he would have a great candidacy to be player of the game because he's sitting on a 2-for-3 day with 2 runs scored and an RBI. So there's some candidates, and that's the big intrigue right now. Looks like the Cardinals are going to improve to 2-0 in district play if they can hold on to the big advantage they have now. And 3 1/3 allowed 3. Earned runs, 1 hit, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts. Then Cale Brateris worked an inning and 2/3. Allowed 1 hit, no runs to his credit, despite walking in a couple of runs that were charged to David Salas. He ended up walking 3. And then Antonio Andujar came in last inning and looked really sharp at a 1-2-3 frame. And now Griffin Carney, the top of the order up. Carney, Emerson, and James. So a big difference that one day can make for the Cardinals offense. The top of the order, Carney, Emerson, and James, they were the only 3 to have hits. Each had 1 to total 3 for the Cardinals' 3 hits yesterday. But today, they've got a baker's dozen, 13 hits, along with drawing 5 walks. They've had runners all over the base paths. 4 different Cardinals with multi-hit days. And for Ridgel and Parkerson's case, their 3 hits apiece matched the total that the Cardinals had 3 yesterday in their 3-1 win. So trying to win it in a variety of ways as Griffin Carney comes up to the plate. And Carney pulls it down the left field line. Gets a good hold of it, but it's pulled foul out there and left by the Cardinals bullpen. So bases juiced, nobody out but an 0-2 count. And Carney leaves it upstairs. The leadoff man working on a 2-for-3 day. Now 3 for 5. So far in district play as he pops this one up left side, and the shortstop Parker Bullard is able to make the catch by the left field foul line for the first out of the inning. And it brings Grady Emerson to the plate. And so that's the intrigue. Who's going to take the player of the game honor and run with it? Emerson with an opportunity as well. He's already hit a home run. But he is 1 for 3. So hard to perhaps put him above a couple of others. 4 different Cardinals with multi-hit days. But he does ground this up the middle, and he'll add on to his day. Hunter Hampton comes across to score. And it extends the lead for Fort Worth Christian to 13-3 and also concludes the ball game this afternoon. 13-3 the final with the 10-run mercy in effect, and the Cardinals win it. We'll have our player of the game coming up here in just a moment. So hang with us on Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of the spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
We're back with you here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. The Cardinals win it. We're joined by our player of the game, Andrew Ridgel. Andrew, 3-hit effort for you today. What was working at the plate?
Well, here the wind blows in, so I was just trying to get on the ground and make the defense work, and turned into 3 hits for me today.
Showing your versatility as well for the Cardinals after being out in left a lot of this year. You show the first base ability as well. Tell us about the change defensively and what changes for you when you play multiple positions, the outfield and the infield.
Well, when you can play a lot of positions, it keeps you on the field. So I just had to learn how to play the outfield, and that ended up with me starting out there and then today being at first. It just keeps me on the field. So.
We won't lie to you, it was tough to pick the player of the game. Jake Parkerson had 3 hits, you had 3 hits, Griffin Carney had a multi-hit day, Grady Emerson ended it, and also got the scoring started. All that to say, this offense really exploded today. What about this Cardinals offense is so fun to be a part of?
Everyone can hit. So when everyone can hit, it takes a lot of stress off me. So, we're hot right now, so we got to keep it rolling as we enter more district games.
That's right, a couple more district games upcoming. Well, Andrew, thanks for joining us on the postgame show.
Yes, sir.
Our player of the game, Andrew Ridgel. Thanks for watching here on Tradio this afternoon.
We only play to win. That's on everything. We climbing to the top. Turn it up a notch. This is all house. Hey, we get that W. What? Get that W.